Jason, you gonna talk and intro us anytime, or are we just gonna listen to Sean?
Nope, I'm gonna let him go. I'm just gonna keep letting
Gonna let him go?
Yeah.
Sounds like, no, I'm not letting go. Welcome to Vagabond, nerds, guys, where Jason's completely forgetting his intro because he is lost in Sean's eyes, and he's in love with the sound that he's making.
Welcome to Sean Walker Unplugged. Anyway, ironically, we've never been more plugged in, though. I mean, I've got 50,000 things plugged in over here. I know y'all do. No.
I've got wires coming out of holes I didn't know I had.
Sorry about that.
Speaking of which, it's very important to maintain sanitization, sanity, all of those things.
Sanitization.
And Ray, I see you've got your Purell. That's very good. It's perfect hand sanitizer.
Is everyone seeing this? This is what you're doing.
I myself have my own brand of hand sanitizer that I enjoy immensely. If you haven't found this, you should take a look at it. It's called Maybe You Touched Your Genitals. This is a lovely hand sanitizer. It's 2 ounces, right? It's 2 ounces.
Right.
You can find it from Blue Q.
The sanitizer or the genitals?
Both, really. I mean, but you should have your own. I mean, don't go touching anyone else's unless, of course, it's consensual. But yeah, highly recommended.
Sanitizer?
Highly recommended genitals, douche.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you touched your genitals. Hand sanitizer. It's got
your markers now.
I really think
maybe
you should
not.
get that. Or maybe not. But this is good stuff. It's high quality. It's perfect. So hey, use it.
All right, we're done. Bye, guys.
And that's our 2 minutes.
That's the show.
COVID-19
that's the show
special.
today. Exactly. Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. That was.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Wondering why we're doing an extra show. That's how I'm doing at this point.
Because we're so crazy.
Much.
We are
so crazy.
I'd say we have nothing else to do. Apparently, Ray has a very busy life. And
I don't. Yeah. It's the COVID life. I've got the upper room to be in.
There you go. The COVID life. Actually, I was working on the yard this week. Did something stupid to my elbow. I don't know. Tweaked it a little bit. But
you used a lawnmower?
Yeah. Well, no. The thing is, I was moving a lot of crap out of the way. I was going to do a nice little bonfire this evening. Maybe roast some weenies, things like that. But I had some plywood and some other things that I was like, well, I want to try to get rid of this first. So I thought yesterday while I was mowing, I'll burn it first, and then we can just throw the regular stuff on tonight because I don't want all the chemicals in there. And
you're burning wood.
Exactly, burning wood.
Is that allowed right now?
Yeah, in Waxahachie,
it's been raining.
It's been raining.
It's been raining like hardcore.
Yeah.
Where you live?
Yeah, I got hail. I don't get rain. I get hail apparently now because when you replace your roof and you're looking to get your truck fixed from hail damage, it's natural that it hails.
Are you serious? Did you really get hail?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When was this?
This morning, man.
Jeez.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, we got hail here.
Oh, crazy.
So we're about 5 minutes. It's not bad. Not big.
Yeah. No, it's normal Texas spring weather. So I mean, of course, but yeah, it's just weird. Yeah.
Is it really normal now? Is anything really normal?
Yes, it's Texas.
It's
always normal. It's always normal. I'm surprised this didn't happen sooner. So,
I love it.
If there's some good positives coming out of this entire thing, I have to say the reports of lower emissions like globally is been pretty amazing. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen the reports of like the nitrous oxide and CO2 and like all these emissions like have dropped drastically from everybody staying inside? I mean, I know a bunch of people saw the pictures of Italy and their clear canals, right, in Venice, because people weren't churning up the waters and everything the whole time they're in there. But I almost feel like everybody's been screaming, trying to get people's attention for this whole climate crisis, and it's like Mother Nature just said, climate crisis, hold my beer.
You know what? You guys aren't doing anything about it. I got it. Don't worry about it.
I got this. It's totally fine. I got this.
It is beautiful, man. I mean, you see, the the smog over China almost completely like the best air quality in like what 30 years, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
In LA as well, like their smog it hasn't been that good since before they had their automobiles. So
yeah,
nuts, dude.
But kind of cool too.
As like I said, if we're talking about good things, that's a good thing to come out of this. Apparently,
I was gonna say, what's talking about good things? It's not gonna happen.
Mm.
Our movie review today, but continue.
Well, all right, and so we are focusing on negatives. It's kind of a bummer because they're also they're throttling some stream connections now because so many people online. What else
I love that you're talking about throttling the stream connections as you started to skip there. Was that planned? There you go.
No, it was not. No, I'm not throttling my own connection, but I am feeling throttled by the connection. So. Yeah, I had the same thought. Like I noticed I was talking, and then Ray, I could see you bogged down. I was like, "Oh crap, that's perfect timing." So, but yeah, it's interesting to say the least. But so what they had, so they released all these movies, right? How many movies have they done now that they've done digitally? Does anybody keep count?
Of movies that were right there, it should be about 15 to 22, I think.
Jeez, really? 15 to 22?
Like big ones, yeah.
Call of the Wild just got released yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Harrison Ford deal?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So obviously, Bloodshot was released probably a week after.
Let's get there. Let's get there in just a second.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of movies that have been coming out.
There was one that I saw. What was it called? The Hunt or Hunted? Or it's the Hunt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. That bugs the crap out of me because I didn't realize they were remaking that. I didn't realize they were remaking that movie because you know what that movie is, right?
Yeah, it's they did it. The version of this I remember most was one that John Leguizamo did. He did a version of this as well.
Are you serious? So this is now at least the third remake, if I'm thinking about it, because
on movies, it's either the third or the fourth.
Because the one that I remember of it is the Ice-T Rutger Hauer version.
Yeah. Right.
So then John Leguizamo did one after that.
Was that a sequel or was that a remake?
It was a comedic take on it.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, that's different. That's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of his early ones.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right.
But you know what? I mean, probably a little bit better than his role in Spawn. So. It was called The Pest. It was called The Pest. That's what they called it.
It's called The Pest. Yeah.
The Pest.
That wasn't but that wasn't a remake on Manhunt. I mean, it
wasn't a remake on it, but it was in the same vein.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Because this one is, from what I understand, like a true, honest remake of the Ice-T Rutger Hauer version. Versus what you're talking about. No, I know it was not. That's why I was trying to figure out. I'm like, what? I was like, when did John Leguizamo redo The Hunt? I was like, there's no Rutger Hauer. What the hell is Ray talking about? And really, it's just you being you making connections that aren't really there. So
no, it's there. I go back and read some interviews through it and everything else.
I got you. All right, fair enough.
Because all of it's based off. All of them are based off.
Ray is rambling on about stuff that really doesn't matter. What do you have to say on the whole subject?
Of what, Manhunt or throttling or
both?
Throttling yourself?
Whatever it might be. Well, let's not discuss that. I don't think that's stream friendly. We're not on the P Hub, which is already overwhelmed from what people are saying.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah, I
read about that.
My wife showed me. My wife showed me an article popped up in her feed that it was like Pornhub experiencing record numbers as people weather the storm.
Weather the storm.
Pretty much, dude. Pretty much. People are practicing social distancing.
Those showers, golden as they may be, I guess you got to weather the storm.
Taste the golden spray.
Wow.
So a report came out that we're going to be talking about that leads into the movie reviews, but people are complaining about the price they're having to pay for these basically 1 week or brand new releases that are coming out that otherwise would have been shown in the theater. Now, granted, we're excluding blockbusters, But the recent thing is they're saying that, hey, most people want to only have to pay $6 to $8 to own these movies. Let's because we forget that a lot of these movies are coming out directly to own,
Yeah.
and not just rent for a limited time. You're going to buy these movies.
Yeah.
I got a problem with that. Sean, you were saying, what does it take for you and your spouse there to go to a movie?
Well, let's see. It's usually $12 a person because I mean we usually go the nighttime shows. We will go get dinner and then go out to the movie. So I mean, if you look at it as far as a whole outing goes, and geez, man, you could pay $60 to go see a movie. If you go get dinner and drinks, but the movie itself, $12.99 per person.
Yep.
So I mean, what I'm looking at $26, $27, $28. I mean, if we get a snack or something, you're going to pay another $5-$6 just for some popcorn. I mean, that's a fairly significant amount of money just to go see it once on the big screen. I'm a little bit boggled that people. I mean, I'm not totally boggled that people are complaining about it, but I don't understand their logic in why they would complain about it. I guess that's maybe really what I have to say about it.
I would agree with him on that. I mean, that's just greed right there. It's like, these things. It's almost a basic. It's a failure to understand the economics of the situation, right? It's like if you had gone and bought this movie. Well, no, I mean if you go and buy a movie, it's like it's about the same price anyway. But if you're only paying $6 a person, they can't afford to make a $200 or $180 million movie.
Yeah, but you're also talking about a society who we were short on toilet paper.
I'm not saying I don't understand. I'm saying why.
Who's short on toilet paper? How many shits a day are you taking?
I got 250 pallets back there. What are you talking about?
If I'm Taco Bell, I do the door delivery with a roll of toilet papers. I guarantee your business skyrockets.
Someone did that, by the way.
Yeah, actually, I could see
someone
that happening.
did that. Yeah.
What I thought was really cool, a friend of mine on Facebook, she reposted one of her friends' posts, and it was a lady who had ordered something off of eBay or Amazon or wherever, right? But she had ordered it, and it was being shipped from China. And when the box showed up, I don't remember what it was, but she said they included a 10-pack of sterilized masks. Just threw them in there because they were basically the note in there said complimentary masks. We know how bad it's going to get. And I was just like, that's freaking awesome. Like that is some nice hopefulness that some other countries are like, hey, some people out there are still thinking about us, despite some of the selfishness that gets tossed around by Americans. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool to see that. That was a neat random thing.
It's cool. But it's heartwarming also.
It is. It's heartwarming. It's not as difficult to try to discuss and ridiculousness as people complaining about a $20 movie they're going to purchase.
Yeah.
Which
they can watch from their big screen while laying on their reclining couches. Yeah.
Yeah. Or in their own personal home theater, if they were to have one of those maybe from their reclining chairs that they could totally watch. And maybe have their own popcorn machine. I mean, or have their.
We all have our own popcorn machine. It's called a microwave.
Servants bring them a frosty beverages. Something, just something. Anyone who might have something like that. Anyone.
Right. I mean,
anybody.
First of all, I hate y'all. Anyway, but speaking of movies that we reviewed and I'm absolutely in love with, thought it was great and awesome. Onward.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh wait, are we talking about Bloodshot?
That or talking about Bloodshot?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Rapid fire, Jason.
Yeah, let's rapid fire this one. Raymond, I want you to go first, and then we'll rapid fire. Then we'll actually have a conversation. I want to go last on this one.
Actually, wasn't bad, but that pathetic CG in Act 3 was laughable. I mean, it was just utterly laughable, and
I felt it to chime in with you. It felt like it was pulled directly from Spider-Man 3, from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. That was the era of quality we were watching. So,
I went back a little further. I hadn't seen CGI that noticeable since The Mummy Returns.
Oh, you know what?
Mm-hmm. With the Rock Scorpion King.
No, very good. Okay, no, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
No,
I've just recently watched that because I mean, my wife was like, "Hey, look, they got the Mummy on here," and I was like, "Dude, Brendan Fraser when he was good, yeah, let's toss this shit." Or sorry, before he had his breakdown and Hollywood shat all over him, right?
Yeah.
So before that happened, I was like, "Awesome, let's check this out." And you're right. Some of the CG is very reminiscent of that era, but it was not as bad as the Scorpion King for Rock.
No.
It was definitely
noticeable.
closer. It was closer to Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 than it was
there we are.
that.
I agree with him on that. Yeah. I think it's about that era.
But we are rapid firing. What is that? Is that all? Is that what you got?
No, I really liked it.
Well, no, that's what I was gonna say. Outside of that, it was enjoyable. It was what it was. Was more realistic than any of the Fast and the Furious franchise that he was doing. So physics made a little bit more sense here.
Yeah,
I think if you're not a fan of the comics and you enjoy a movie, it is enjoyable to a point. But it was good. Again, it's a movie that comes with qualifiers. The rating for it comes with qualifiers. Yes,
turn off your brain.
It's fun to watch if you turn off your brain and you're not expecting anything from the movie.
Yeah.
Those are all, again, we all do that. Like I know both of you do that. We love to do that. We do enjoy a turn your brain off movie. So that's not like a slam on anybody to say, oh, you got to be a dumbass to watch this film. No,
but
it's enjoy.
But it helps. Yeah.
But it is enjoyable for those things, right? The downside of this is just I didn't like it for the reason that Vin Diesel was poorly cast. I think they just said, who can we get to do this? And they were like, ooh, let's put Vin Diesel in there. And he was Bloodshot. I honestly think Sam Heughan, who played Dalton, should have been the lead. I would have believed him more as Bloodshot over
I'll give you that.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
But I mean, all things aside, yeah, it was a decent movie. Is it worth the amount of money they probably spent to make it? I don't think so. I really don't think so. This is I'm almost glad that it came to us on this digital release so soon, because I feel like it almost was a straight to video film.
That right there.
So,
Jason?
Yeah. So here's the thing. I don't disagree with that last comment at all. But I really enjoyed it. What it reminded me of, it was every 80s movie you ever, action flick you ever saw, just with CGI from 12 years ago. But like I said, Vin Diesel actually acted in this movie. Like there were several scenes I'm like, hey, he's trying. When they were going to kill the wife.
I know what you're saying, and I get it. But he still acted more in Guardians of the Galaxy as a voice than he did in this one.
He also acted more as Riddick in each movie than he did in this one. Like
the only scene.
I think we saw some range in this one.
No, the only scene I felt
when he's CGI.
The only scene where he actually felt like he acted a little bit, tried to emote. Was when he was being talked to for the first time and they were telling him what they did to him. It was him and the guy Pierce on the dock. That was the only time where I was like, okay, you really are trying for that. Otherwise, it's just, Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
Part 8.5.
Yeah. Well, and again, I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm just saying he actually tried in this one. I'll give him credit for that. I'm being generous. Let's be generous to the.
I'm not being generous. No.
I'm not giving somebody a participation trophy. I mean, I'm just not. I will give somebody their due in the spots that they get their due. But I mean, as far as I would think every time he usually goes into a movie, he's trying to act. That's why I think That's why I think he was poorly cast in this role. Because he doesn't have it's not that he has the emotional range of a toaster. I mean, he's better than that. We've seen that. But I do think I do think he is more of a typecast character. He
Of course,
unfortunately only has so much range, and yeah,
his
sure,
range is dark toast and light toast.
I mean, it is the classic tale of revenge. I mean, and that's what the comic book is based off of. Like, I mean, I get it. You know, they at least tried to follow the origins, the roots.
Yeah.
But the modernization that they did to it to try to make it, they're like, ooh, wouldn't it was one of those things where like, ooh, now that we have the technology, wouldn't it be cool if? And I don't always like the wouldn't it be cool if, because sometimes things are the way they are and they work perfectly fine. And just because you want to come out and try to improve them doesn't mean that improvement's going to be any better than the original thing. His little chest glowing nanites inside of him to mimic the comic book classic red painted white body, dead body looking thing. That's the way they tried to emulate that or show that by it shining through his rib cage and stuff. I was just like, man, either include it the way it's meant to be included or just leave it out, because that's an iconic thing. You know, that's an iconic piece of that comic book. It's an image, and the fact that they tried to modernize it, they went too far with the modernization and they lost the essence of it, of the comic book. So.
I will agree that one of the things I did miss was the gray skin and red bloodshot eyes, which is really where the name comes from, right? Of the comic. Like, we got that a little at the end when he's doing that final fight with Guy Pearce.
We got that in the middle look.
We got it in the middle as well, in the subway, or not the subway, but in the tunnel. Yeah,
the tunnel. Yeah.
Where they had the flower truck that exploded for no reason to make it look like it was snowing.
Yeah, which I really dug that scene, by the way.
It was good. It was for an action scene, it was fine, and that's the movie itself did have some good action scenes in it. So that review that we posted online from IGN or Nerdist or whomever, where they basically said the movie sucked because I think the main two reasons they used, it said it was clearly a body double every single time he wasn't facing the camera, which honestly is not something I was looking for, and it was not something I noticed in the movie. So I'm like, serious, thinking about that as one of their complaints. I'm like, really? Like, that's what you're going to complain about? There's a myriad of things I'm going to complain about today, and that's not
one of them.
And then two, they mentioned the sequences, the fight sequences were so blurry and hard to see because the cuts were so choppy. It was kind of hard to follow. I didn't notice that quite as much. I did notice it a little bit, but it wasn't egregious. You know what I mean? It was it was fair.
I don't think it took away from the action. Yeah.
No, it wasn't like oh God, what am I thinking of? There was one of the Bourne movies where they did that really badly.
Oh, the second one.
Was it the second one? Yeah, where they chopped every single like punch and cut and hit. Like, it was so staggering. You were like dizzy watching it and you couldn't really follow what was going on. I was like, I don't know who's hitting who. I don't even know if that's the same people. I think we've cut to a different movie. I don't know what's going on right now. Oh my God, I have to throw up. That was like the range of emotions that hit me.
I had to leave the theater because I was getting that.
I bet you were getting that seasickness. That motion sickness. So, but that didn't happen too bad in this movie. I didn't think it was, like I said, I didn't think it was anything that was like going to break the bank. But there was no reason to have, Jason, to your point, that was a total 80s, like 90s, 80s cliche moment of what if we have snow in the tunnel? Like, they were just like, they were driving through this tunnel and the people went, yeah, but I mean, can't we have like a snow scene? And they were like, there's no snow in this movie. What if he uses a flower truck and then the flowers, for some reason, constantly raining down for the entire 10 minutes the scene is going on? Wouldn't it just settle a lot sooner than that? No, because they kick it up the whole time. Like, it's snow. Ooh, it's snow. And they're like, oh, great, you get your friggin' snow scene. All right, whatever. And then they made the scene, and it was just kind of annoying.
Fine, Bob. Take the $2 million. Find a way to make it snow.
Right. Yeah. Right. That was goofy.
I will say that the scene in London, where he looks back at the truck driver, and you see his face start to repair itself. For a split second, I thought, Vin Diesel really missed a window of opportunity to play a Terminator, because it was very Terminator-like. And I thought for a split second, I was like, him as the bad guy hunting someone down would be pretty more impressive for everything. So
I mean, no offense to him either. That would be the perfect emotional range he needs. A robot.
Completely agree.
That would be great.
Agree.
And it would be right up there with the same quality as this movie lately. I mean, as far as terms of story and it being riveting, as it were, be right on par. Genesis, I think they're right about there.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, actually, Genesis might be a little bit lower than Bloodshot, honestly, because there's a lot of other good actors in this movie, which is what saved it, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh,
I agree.
Who was the one that played whatchamacallit? The cool tech guy.
I was about to say, I was like, we need you to use nouns, Ray.
Wiggins
on, is the character.
Yes, Wiggins. Thank you.
Yeah.
But he's one of the roommates in That Girl, or whatever the TV show with Jess and her roommates and Nick and everybody, and I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Every time he was on, I was chuckling. He made me laugh, and it was good humor. It wasn't the forced humor that we've become so accustomed to.
Yeah,
and he seemed to pull it off naturally.
Well, the whole movie was funny. Guy Pearce.
Because of Vin Diesel's acting?
No, well, that too. But Guy Pearce talking to his interaction with all the other characters.
New girl, not that girl. New girl. That's
New girl.
An idiot.
Particularly the non-cool tech guy. That interaction was always funny.
Lamorne
the movie,
Norris. No, Lamorne Morris. That's what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, the movie was funny. It had a sense of humor. It didn't take itself too seriously. Like when he makes the first kill and he puts the little smiley face on the windshield, because it's like he does it just so he can look in, then he puts a smiley face on it and then walks off. The movie has a sense of humor. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It is kind of serious. It does ask some interesting questions. So it tries to have a plot. It's not as bad as people are panning it to be. That's my thing. I think it's fun. It's enjoyable. Let it be what it is. Shut your brain off. Eat some damn popcorn and watch it in your movie theater while your monkey robot servants fan you. People who I'm not complaining about or don't know certainly at all.
I can't point that way. There we go.
See, it's backwards, right? It's so counterintuitive. Everything's backwards.
Spatially challenged. Stage. It'd be stage left for you.
Yeah, stage left.
Stage left.
Yeah. It's a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's not.
Yeah,
I'd say that's fair. 2.5, 3. Yeah, maybe. I mean, like
I'd give it 3.5 just because it's enjoyable. I mean, it's not Genesis bad. It's certainly not.
But and that's the thing, though.
Last Terminator bad.
I don't think Genesis is necessarily bad. I think acting-wise, a little rough, but plot-wise, it was decent. You just had to change out some of the cast.
Plot-wise, it was fine. It did what it needed to do, and I think they did a really good job leading you into what actually happened to him. There were like some skips on the way to that reveal, because there's that moment, right, where they reveal what's really happening, and we all know that he's being tricked, right, because that's been released in the trailer.
All of them.
All of them. So basically, they give the twist away in the trailer. There's nothing else twisted here other than, oh my God, he's being, there's no other twists. That's it. So you've seen the movie if you've seen the trailer.
Exactly. But not twisty. Not twisty at all.
They did not, and this was something that they mentioned in the previous review that we had posted, is they didn't really have a whole lot of lead up to that moment when when it's revealed to the character that he is being played by this organization. There wasn't a lot of any kind of lead up to that, which would have been great if it had been secretive and kept hidden from the trailer, so it would actually be a surprise to you in the movie. But I think because we all see it in the trailer, you're expecting it and you're waiting for it to come up. So when it happens and how suddenly it happens, you kind of go, why? I mean, yeah, I already knew that. You guys are making it like this big dramatic thing, but I already knew that. So why should I feel this is a dramatic moment? I mean, it wasn't. It robbed the entire scene of that feeling. And had they kind of hinted at it a little bit more leading up to it, I think it would have been better, because you already knew it was coming, and you were just going to wait to see the character realize it, and then you would have been like, okay, you would have had that. You would have felt that connection to Vin Diesel's character. You would have been like, okay, now he knows. We've all known it this whole time. Now he knows, and how sad is that for him? Instead of just going, yeah, great, I already knew that. Now he knows it too, and who gives a crap?
Fair enough, man. Yeah. Again, it's not horrible.
No.
If it's this or Jurassic Park for the 18th millionth time, I'm still gonna watch Jurassic Park first. But I'm thinking about this movie.
Still gonna watch Jurassic Park. That's true. This movie, I think what bugs me about it is they had an opportunity to do something along the same lines or the same quality as Marvel, and the same for cheaper. That's right. They could have done it for cheaper. They could have pulled that off, and it would have felt just as good as a Marvel movie does. I mean, it really would have. And the fact that we didn't get that is disappointing, because I think this could have started a franchise, or could have been a good piece in another franchise from the Valiant universe.
Well, and that was the intention of this movie, was to be the kickoff for it.
Well,
obviously,
but I don't want to kick off
anything.
Look,
dude, I don't want an Ninjak movie. That's all I'm saying.
No, listen, if this was the kickoff for a Valiant universe, laces out, dude. You totally missed this. Laces out. You miffed it hardcore. Oh, look, they're little footballs. No. Laces out, dude.
Your gun is sticking in my hip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to give you a point for the reference. I don't agree that it was a miss. As long as they're not doing a big interconnected universe, if they just tell stories,
no, that's what they were trying. They were trying to start a connected universe, as is everyone, right?
Let's have the next movie be disconnected from this one, and not because we're trying to shame the film at all, but let's not do a connected universe. Let's just have this movie. Let's have Manowar, and just have it in a good quality with good cast and good people, and don't worry about trying to nab a blockbuster name for your main character. Like, find somebody who can act and do the role, and then put a story and actually play a character and put a story together that's good, and let characters act it out. Because, is it easier or a lot? Elza Gonzalez from this one, who played the chick with the rebreather.
Yeah, she wasn't bad in this at all.
No, she was really good. She was really good. And I said,
I will say this real quick. Her role could have been so troped with that type of character, and it wasn't. I kept expecting them to fall into it, and they did not cliche her, which I really appreciated.
Yeah, definitely.
That she was as strong as she was.
Definitely, yeah. And Sam, like I said before, Sam Heughan, which, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. If you haven't, if you've got time, it's a good time to watch it now. But Outlander on Stars.
I'm aware of it.
He's the main character, the other main supporting character guy on there. And he does an amazing job. Plus, he was also in what was that movie with the chick who plays Jackie from That 70s Show, and the other girl from Saturday Night Live, where it's like
the one with the spy thing.
The spy thing. I don't know if you've seen that. That's another fun, stupid movie to watch. By the way, it's a good, just little turn your brain off and have a fun time watching it. It's funny. It is. It's a really good film. So.
Jeremy with Titan, our sponsor, made a great point. It was like, bad acting or not, Vin Diesel has his drawing, his following, and it's true.
He does.
But still, man, this one was just. Again, I'm with Jason. I'm with you. It's not bad. It's just not. Yeah, I don't know.
It's not Shakespeare.
It's okay.
Okay, it's not Shakespeare. Just let it be what it is. It's fun. By the way, again, Titan Comics. See the doobly-doo down there. Go buy stuff from him right now.
Support him. Go online. Go
online and support him.
You cannot go in the store, but he certainly can help with purchases and everything else. They're still taking orders.
That's right.
And everything else. Because why? Because Jeremy needs to provide us entertainment in this time of movies such as Bloodshot.
And we need to be entertained. So
Yeah,
someone's got to do it. You know.
You know what?
Not
Do this instead. Instead of watching this movie, which you really can. Again, not
That's
bad.
That's exactly right, Jeremy. It's not what I hoped it could have been. That's my thing. Perfect.
It's like Jeremy said. Go see his trades on Bloodshot, and go read those.
Yes.
Those early editions of Bloodshot were awesome.
That's right. Get more familiar with the characters so you can be as disappointed as we were when you watched this film.
Yep. You still get curbside pickup at Titan. What are the comic stores doing that? I don't know. I don't care because Titan is.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Right. So. In all seriousness, everyone, support your local areas. They need your help right now. If you can, order, from local diners or anything else like that.
And pick up. Yeah, order and pick up, or order from DoorDash, or order from Uber Eats, or Grubhub, whoever can get you your food. But keep supporting them because they need it,
We're going to keep this show short today. So, Jason, is there anything that we want to talk about? Anything else?
No, like I said, I don't want to bash this movie because it really was fun. It wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. Is it the greatest thing I've ever seen before in my life? No, that's your butt. But yeah, I mean, it's worth watching. But yeah, and I think definitely go visit Jeremy and let him bring your comics to you. Yeah. Like it's a car hop, like it's Sonic, right?
Jeremy will skate out to your car.
Dude, don't make promises.
He won't
make promises.
He will not do
that.
Wait, Jeremy, if you do that though, you got to wear a poodle skirt. That's all I'm saying.
All right, so a couple of reminders, guys. Wash your hands. Don't hoard. Don't be a douchebag during this time. Support your neighbors. Support your local businesses. They need our help more than ever right now. Go and do that. Jeremy refuses to wear the poodle skirt, but he will go and do what he needs to do to make sure that you guys are still kept with stuff to do. I'm going to try to make it out there today, Jeremy, if you're listening. If not, certainly he can ship your stuff. A lot of local places are being able to do this, guys. It sucks that we're all homebound right now, but it could be much worse, and it could be asking a lot more of us than what they are, other than just stay inside and relax on the weekends, watch your movies, do housework, whatever. Just be supportive of everyone that's going on. And remember who the real heroes are, and those are not us. Those are not celebrities. Those are the individuals out there on the front lines right now. Hospitals, service industry for sure needs the help, but your grocery stores and everything else. Not to turn this into a preaching segment, but I just want to make sure that we're all doing our part.
Are we waiting for an amen, or what are we doing?
No, I'm waiting for you to sign us out, man.
All right. All right, we're done. Bye. All right. So yeah, just wash your damn hands. But we'll see y'all for a full show next week. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. Email us at vagabondnerds@gmail.com. Like, follow, subscribe, do all the great things. We'll see you next time.
Bye guys.